Whoa, this is your man Nico B, and it says the Black Effect. Hit that like and subscribe button. Donate to the Cash.app if you so see fit. And I want to get into this video because this is real. Um, Gene Deal recently, this is Puff. Gene Deal is Puff Daddy's bodyguard. Puff Daddy, you might know him as Diddy, y'all millennials or whatever. But he was also he also knew and the notorious Big, was close to him, because was his bodyguard also. Watched him, well, really wasn't his bodyguard, but was close to him because he was Puff's bodyguard. But anyway, the story you heard all of these stories with Biggie and Tupac, man. This story could be made. It's been made into documentaries, movies, all types of media. If you didn't grow up in that time like I did, the story of Biggie and Tupac Shakur, Notorious Big. And also, story of Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy just got an image award, man. If you look at this dude, everybody knows that most people who sign with Bad Boy is in a totally either radically changed their life, radically had their life be affected in a negative way. They didn't get any money. A lot of people didn't get paid from Bad Boy. Look at Mace. Look at how he coming out still talking crap about Puff, man. Do y'all think Puff is really, just brother love? Like, look at his track record, man. Or do y'all just believe what a person tell you with a pair of lips? But really, you should listen to what a pair of lips tell you, because people tell on themselves. And I'm gonna get into that. So recently, what sparked this for me, pardon me. What recently sparked this for me is Jadakiss was on a rap interview, and he was talking. See, I've already told you this. He didn't have to confirm it. I'm smart enough to know, understand English enough. And also, I'm a writer myself. I've done rap music. I understand, and I'm from the environment, so I get how these things work. The cops, if the police really just wanted to solve these cases, and I'm talking about in most of these cases, even now, listen to the music, man. It's like, do y'all want to solve these cases or not? Do y'all want justice for these young black brothers or not? And I mean, that's the same thing for you black folks, man. Do y'all want justice for y'all people or not, man? Because this stop snitching crap has got to stop, man. Pop Smoke just recently passed, man, and we losing our young black brothers too soon. And these are strong, smart, intelligent brothers. These guys are, our future millionaires. You know what I'm saying? These people can employ a lot of people. But anyways, let me continue. All right, so where was I? Puff Daddy. So we have Gene Deal. Well, no, Jadakiss. Where I'm at, Jadakiss. And he recently was saying on a song called "You'll See" that the Locks did with B.I.G., with Notorious Big. They did this on a mixtape, and Puff was just bringing the Locks into Bad Boy. Big had never even met them, if you listen to what Jadakiss said. And they had the audacity, first of all, they had the audacity to diss Big on his own song, but at the pushing, of Puff Daddy. Now listen closely. This is where it gets spooky. See, I've said this before. Puff Daddy and Big wasn't cool like that. I don't call him Diddy and all that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, whatever. It means too many names, man. I just call him Puff Daddy. You know what I'm saying? But, y'all know what I'm talking about, Sean Combs. Him and Big, they were not cool. That's not just from my observation. This is from other people's testimony. His mama even knew that. You understand? Puff Daddy was, and you heard from Puff Daddy own mouth. Bad Boy was like a dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? Listen, use your brain and listen. Listen to everybody else who's been around Puff Daddy. Look at Making the Band. You know what I'm saying? Look at all of the groups he's been around. They said this, you know what I'm saying? Puff Daddy's had a history of doing stuff like this too. You heard Jadakiss say that Craig Mack dissed Big was dissing Craig Mack on Flavor in Your Ear, and Craig Mack was dissing Big on Flavor in Your Ear, and Craig Mack was not to be, was a force to be reckoned with, man. Craig Mack was not no joke on the mic, but Big was not no joke. Big was like, one of the greatest, man. Look, what niggas say, you should have been a cop. Fuck hip hop. With that freestyle, you're bound to get shot. Not from Houston, but I rap a lot. Pack the gat a lot. The flay's about to drop. That was Big. Then the nigga Craig Mack backdoored it. Man, Big hit that hoe. Before I get to Craig Mack line, what he said, don't be mad, UPS is hiring. See, and that was a standout. Puff took the beat out of that. You know what I'm saying? Out of that part, he let Big go first on Craig Mack's song. That was a no-no back in the day. You didn't do that. Giving you a little game. And then Craig Mack backdoored it though. Was like, man, word up, no rap, no crap, you bore me. Wanna grab my dick, too lazy, hold it for me. Straight rap, great, man. He was killing that. He was like, cause I know he heard that verse and was like, man, what Puff, what is you trying to do, man? You know what I'm saying? You weirdo. But see, alright, so you got that part of it. Now, Jadakiss was telling you where they was in the studio, they was dissing Big. Big heard that. So he backdoored it. And Puff's exact words to Big. See, Puff was constantly threatening Big. Puff was constantly threatening Notorious Big, man. Listen to these songs and these y'all take this stuff. Why do you think Puff? Well, he had a reason to be on, not just a reason of promoting himself, which was definitely what he was trying to do, being just arrogance. But also listen to what he was saying. He was threatening Big on a lot of these songs, like in live direct, because Big was like, and I'm, you heard what Gene Deal was saying, like, you heard the stuff that he told you. Gene Deal, I'm not saying what he knows, he knows. What he, everything that he knows, I totally, agree with. And it's true. I think it's definitely true. But what he doesn't know, he just doesn't know. Like the stuff with Pac. Greg Kading basically solved the case with Tupac. What Keefy D says is true. What he knows, he knows. What he's told y'all, that's true. So put all of these things together with your own mind, and then listen to these lyrics. Listen to what we're telling you. People like me, people like Corsino, people like Gene Deal, numerous people who speaking out on the truth, man. Just put these two and two things together. Everybody who's left Bad Boy, look at Mark Curry, Dancing with the Devil, the books that these people put out talking about, telling you about Puff Daddy character. Listen to and it's people, if you talk to them, there's certain people you really need to talk to who could really tell you, fill in some more of these blanks for you. And I'm gonna tell you who they are. That's Little Kim, that's Little C's, and that's Mace. They could fill in a lot of these blanks, man, but they trying to get the bag and, and be little money whores for, I guess, for Puff and for Bad Boy still, because they could still get a bag with him. God does not like ugly, man. And the spirits, of Pac and Big is, they resonated from the bro. They resonated from the afterlife, son. That's how strong this stuff is. Why you think Gene Deal is prophesying, son? He is. These people were children of God, fam. And these people had a lot of talents, and you heard what Gene Deal said. Nigga was saying, like, he don't care if if Pac gotta die, if Big gotta die, and if Suge Knight gotta go to jail. Who talks like that? Who speaks and like, why would you say Pac? I mean, why? What did Big have to do with it? Like, if you didn't like Pac and you knew you had beef with Suge Knight, like that's cool and all that. But what did Big have to do with it? Because you knew, you said that y'all didn't have nothing to do with the quad shooting. You know what I'm saying? So what did he have to do with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like he was worried about his safety or something. He was saying he wasn't in it. So, but nah, that's foul. But like I said, his Puff Daddy's exact words to the Locks on the song "You'll See" was, listen to Jadakiss, was like, they're gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? And Jadakiss may have thought that took that lyrically, and all of that. But listen to the lyrics on "You'll See." Sheik Luch and Jadakiss is talking about taking shit from Big, and and basically taking his spot and waiting in the wings, you know what I'm saying, and scheming. The name of that song is "You'll See." Do you get it? Are you putting the two and two together right now? This don't take a rocket science, man. Your 6-year-old can do this. Now, Big heard that, and in typical B.I.G. fashion, he bombed on them. You know what I'm saying? The nigga Jadakiss will tell you that niggas just came out from the gate. He heard that crap. Was like, man, these niggas, he ain't worried about these niggas. Niggas talking it, but they ain't living it. You know what I'm saying? And then also note, he was talking to Puff Daddy when he said, when Big said the line, "Money I make in the stocks and real estates, bitch." Because Big note that Gene Deal said that Big was making money on the side off Puff without him knowing. Well, making money off getting publishers, writing for Lil Kim and doing like stuff like that. And he was saying money I make, he putting that in stocks and real estates, and the nigga. And if you listen closely, in that ad lib, usually Puff is shadowing Big's lyrics with his ad libs, and in that ad lib when Big said that, you heard a gun cocking. It's like, why is the ad lib of a gun cocking when you saying money I make in the stocks and real estate? Like after he's telling you, what he's doing. See, Puff listened to these lyrics deeply. Like Puff was a huge, big fanatic, so he knew these lyrics, man. He started to decipher them, and like I said, once again, threatening Big. Now, for what Jadakiss also won't tell you, and I mean, people should ask him about this, and tag him in this video and ask him, was Puff dissing y'all on All About the Benjamins? You should go back and listen to that. Jadakiss, you smart. You can decipher these lyrics. See, they used to call the Locks the pups, the dogs. You know what I'm saying? I know DMX called them the pups. Now, Puff Daddy had a line on the Benjamins, and because they used to smoke weed, Puff Daddy didn't smoke weed. And he used to get tired of, sending niggas out to go get them weed and all their partners and other niggas. Now you heard Puff on All About the Benjamins. This is why he doing his victory lap after Big passed. Puff is on there on the song say, "I get a 50-pound bag of oomph for the mutts." 5 carats on my hand with the cuts. I remember I said they used to call the Locks the dogs, the pups. And they, that nigga Puff used to have to go get them weed, to appease them, for them to even write. Say, I heard this story one time, for them to even write songs for Puff, he used to have to go get them some grass. So this nigga said, "I get a 50-pound bag of oomph for the mutts, not the pups." Go back and listen to that, Jada, man, and tell me, bro, is that, did you know about that? And cause I know Sheik was dissing, they was all dissing him on that song. Ask Jadakiss that. They were dissing, Jadakiss and the Locks were dissing Puff Daddy on the Benjamins. They were subliminally taking shots at him. You know what I'm saying? Because at first, if you just listen to those lyrics without thinking about that, you would be like, what are y'all talking about? Who are y'all? Y'all used to see people then used to just think they were vaguely talking about people like the boogeyman. No, they're talking about specific people. Like, what was that? I'm only here for the You should do like we do, stack chips like Hebrews. Don't let this melody intrigue you. Man, I'll leave you. I'm only here for that green paper with the eagle. That's Jadakiss lyrics to Puff. Now tell me if that nigga wasn't lying. Oh, acting hard when you was fruity is RuPaul's Chic. Come on now. You was talking about Puff, bro. Now, niggas can come and try to, you can lie to me, but you cannot lie to the Lord. You cannot lie to the Most High God, man. Pac was going at these people, man. Pac, if he was alive, the game would be totally different today. Because he was taking down Bad Boy's whole regime, stopping him from making money. You wouldn't have all of this nonsense, trust me, that you have today. Not saying that Pac is some godly figure, but sometimes God just have people in the world. And, if they're here, they're like Jesus. Like, I'm not comparing Pac, not trying to compare Pac to Jesus, or anyone, but they're like a Jesus Christ figure because they're antagonistic to this world. I consider myself like that. It's like, and it's like you have to, like, they're very powerful people. Big could have had that ability. He had that ability. Look at how many people Biggie Smalls touched. You know what I'm saying? All of these people have that ability. You know what I'm saying? To use it, but you could use it for bad or good. And when you use it for influence for bad, you get what we have today, a bunch of destroyed people. You know what I'm saying? For lack of a better term. Now, like I said, this stuff interests me, but for these police officers and that all these hard hit niggas who work all around the clock to catch niggas, FBI and CB, all these niggas, y'all should listen to the music, man. Greg Kading, that dude is brilliant because he listened to what these people said out of their mouth. It was a few other cops, white cops, who started to decipher these lyrics. Big was very talented, man. Even the Locks, a lot of people, Mace was very talented too. They took these lyrics because he was subliminally talking too. You heard, that's why I said, if you could ever get him to be real, that's why Cameron don't mess with dude. You know what I'm saying? Because dude he don't never keep it real. You understand? I understand why they don't rock with him. But I pray for that man. But okay, so that's where I'm gonna leave it at that. It's a lot more to this, a lot more, that could be really said. But I'm just not gonna even make this video over 20 minutes. But yeah, so Jadakiss, man, come out and just let's now answer those questions though, man. Tag him in this, and that was what y'all did. I know that was some young stuff, and I'm not trying to say that you like that now, but that what y'all was doing, that was whack. I'm just gonna say, like, that was whack, man. You don't diss no nigga. I don't care who gassed you up, man. I know y'all just was hungry trying to get a deal, man, but come on, man. That's just not how you even do it as a man. But alright, it's your man, Nico B, Black Effect. I'm out of here.